Man, good to see you again, live, and good to talk to you again. You're laughing.
And you know what? I wasn't going to talk about this, but I'm going to talk about it today because I still have got issues with you.
What's the issue, my brother? Go ahead.
So let's just start by my name. Let's have it on, like, let's go live about it.
Well, talking about your name, you know, the last time I was in Zimbabwe, when I heard your name, I was like, what kind of a name is this? You understand what I'm saying? You know? Yeah, like in Nigeria, you see, we call you. I think. What's the full pronunciation again? Is it Nyasha or Nyasha?
It's Nyasha.
Nyasha.
Yes.
Now, Mario, get me some water. Let me drink water while talking about this. Yeah, take Zoe to mom. Yeah. So Nyasha in Nigeria, when we say Nyash. Nyash is Botox. It's like bum. It's like your bum. That is what we call Nyash in pidgin language. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what we call Nyash in pidgin language. So when we say see a Nyash, look at a Nyash. We are talking about her bum. We are talking about his or her bum. Nyash is bum in pidgin language. Pidgin is a broken English. We call it. It's either you call it broken English or pidgin English.
Slang.
That's like the most common language in Nigeria. It's like it's like English, but it's broken. Yeah, it's just like the Liberians and Sierra Leone. They have what they call the Creole, Creole language. You know, so it's English. It's almost like patois in Jamaica. It doesn't like just like patois in Jamaica.
Okay.
So that's just it. Yeah.
So are you saying that we as boys, when we are seated right under a tree, if we see a woman crossing and she's got big buttocks, to say, she's got a big nyash?
Exactly. So when when you see a girl like her, you say, yo, she's got a big nyash. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah.
That sounds so wrong. But wow, in my own language, Nyasha means grace. The grace of God.
It means what?
The grace of God. Yes.
The grace of God.
Yes.
That is what Nyasha means.
Exactly.
Yeah. First of all, listen, let me break it down to you. It's not called, we don't call it Nyasha. Nyasha is not bum, but Nyash is bum.
So I'll make sure they always
you've added the sha.
Yes.
You understand? But Nyash is the bum. But there's nothing like Nyasha. Am I communicating? So what we took when we came to Zimbabwe, when you said your name is Nyasha, we focused on that Nyash.
Yeah. How is it? How have you been? I haven't spoken to you in a while. I remember the last time you came to Zimbabwe was in 2019. Was doing that?
Yeah, the last time we came to Zimbabwe, we're supposed to come back again in 2020, and the coronavirus, COVID-19, messed up everything. So I don't think it's just for us, but I think it's for the whole world. I think it should be the worst disaster of our time.
Yes, that's the worst.
It's the worst disaster of our time, So that's the reason why we couldn't come back to Zimbabwe again. But by God's grace, we are coming back next year, in a big form.
Okay, so in my language, it's saying that Nyasha, you are coming back to Zimbabwe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm afraid to say that by His grace, we are coming back to Zimbabwe by His grace. But when I say Nyash, I'm afraid What is your language? So in Nyasha, we are coming back to Zimbabwe.
Yes. So tell me, with this pandemic, how has business been?
How has it been with this pandemic?
The business, the music business.
The music business, you see, Nigeria is a country that, we're huge, and some people made it through the coronavirus, and some people, it's affected so many people negatively. Some it affected them positively, some it affected them negatively. You understand what I'm saying? Like the DJs, man, it wasn't good for the DJs, because our life is to play music.
Yes.
Our life is to see people happy, and our life is to make money. You understand what I'm saying? So, when there is corona, how do you expect us to play music? There is no gathering, no party, nothing. You understand?
Yes.
So we weren't making money. Yes. So it was a huge blow to us. Not just even the DJs, the musicians as well too, the engineers as well. Managers, artist management, artist managers, DJ managers. Everybody was, it's affected everybody, except the people who also have other businesses apart from music. Because there are so many, it taught us a great lesson, for most of us who doesn't have a standard way of making money apart from the entertainment. So it taught us a great lesson. Let me put it that way, because now nobody thinks about just the music anymore. You have to diversify. You have to do other businesses as well, because it shows that anything can happen at any time. So
I'm getting feedback again.
Come again?
I'm getting feedback again when I talk. I'm getting feedback.
Oh, okay. Lower the sound again. You getting feedback. Lower the sound. Let the listen come close to me. Let the speaker come close to me. Oh, okay. I think it should be okay by now.
All right. Yes, it's now perfect. So tell me, I hear that you rose into this world some maybe 20 plus years ago, almost 30 years now in the industry. What made you decide to be in the industry of music?
Well, to be precise, I think this is my 27th year as a DJ. And what has kept me this long is just persistency, just, doing what you know how to do, not jumping here and there, and just, focusing on what I know how to do. Get ideas, get the younger ones ideas as well. You understand what I'm saying? I carry even the younger ones, I carry them along. And you see, life, there is nothing like change. There is nothing like change. Things change. Music change, lifestyle change. If you are able to follow the change, that trend, you're able to follow it, there is no way you won't still be on top. So our younger generation, look, I said to myself that if everybody start wearing panties, just panties as a trend, I will have to put on that panties just to be able to,
to relate.
I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Yeah, so that you can be relevant. Let me put it that way. So you just have to follow the trend, but the positive trend anyway, because there has been a lot of negative trend as well. So the positive one, I keep following. The kind of music the younger generation wants to dance to now, I'm listening to. Yeah, I listen to them too. I add my own quota and move on with them. The older DJs, one thing about some old DJs, they feel like, oh, this is not the right way to play. This is how you should play music. This is how. Because the younger generation will not get them, will not call them for business. Am I there? Are you there?
Yes, I'm here, but it seems like I've lost your video. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. I think we should be back right now.
Okay, yes, you're back. I can see you.
Yeah, so you just have to follow the trend. You have to stay relevant because the younger generation, they come with their own mind. You
But so
understand?
tell me, look, if I look into the arts industry, right, a person who sings is rated as a person who's doing something better than a disc jockey. How did you manage to sell through? Because I understand, like right now, when I look at the best DJs Africa has, the world has, your name pops up, all right? So how did you manage to be where you are?
Like I said to you, I am there with every generation. You understand what I'm saying? I'm there with every generation from the late 80s to the 90s to the 2000s and to this our present 2001.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, I DJed at the bar. I had a show yesterday. You understand what I'm saying? I had a show yesterday. Maybe you must have seen it on my Instagram. Most of the guys that came to that show, most of the guys that came to that show, I mean, they're very young, 20s, early 20s. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, there was a time I sat down, and when you see these guys grooving, when you see them driving, sometimes I'm just sitting there and saying, whoa, this was not the way we used to do our own thing. But you know what? You have to go with them. You have to move with them. That's the only way you will stay relevant.
Yes.
You have to bring your mindset, you have to bring your thinking, you have to bring it down to their level. Right? Follow up with them. And they will see you like, they will identify with you because you are also identifying with them. You can only bring in your past experience and make it look a little bit different from their own. But 90% or 80%, you have to do it the way they want to do it, or they are doing it.
So
normally
over the
before
years,
we used to,
over the years, considering that you've shared the stage with very big artists, well, small artists, big artists, whatever you may call it. But my point is, over the years, you've been on different stages, all right, with different artists. Have you ever thought of maybe like, I need to move from being a DJ to being a musician, a writer, a composer and stuff? Have you ever done that, or have you ever thought of it?
Well, I think I'm still the DJ that I am. I am a businessman as well. I handle the business thing by the side. I am still the DJ that I am, and I'm still relevant. It's when you are no more relevant, you now start thinking about doing some other business, or you start thinking about being behind the stage. But when you are still very, very much relevant, you just want to be the best that you are. Yeah. So, yes, I've thought about one day because, there is no champion forever. You understand? There is no champion forever. Someday, you have to say, okay, let me move ahead or let me do something different. But right now, I don't see any reason why. Because if you mention the best 5 DJs or 4 DJs in Nigeria or in Africa, my name keeps coming up. You understand what I'm saying? So it means I'm doing the right thing.
So tell me, how does it feel knowing, like you've just said, like I said, each time I try to read about DJs, your name keeps popping up. How does it feel being a force that everybody else wants to record with, and just being the best DJ that Africa has, or the world at large?
Well, I am not the best, or I would say I'm the best, you understand? But it's just the grace of God. It is not by my glory.
It's Nyasha. Say it the right way. It's Nyasha.
It is just Nyasha. It is just Nyasha. You understand? It's the grace of God. And, most DJs, they join the trade because of the street part of it. They join the trade because, oh, they want to be in the midst of girls. They join the trade because they want to have good time. They want to drink. They want to smoke. They want to feel good. They want to feel big. They want to fly. You understand? Mine is not like that. Mine is, I want to see people have fun. I want to see people dance. Am I communicating? I want to be the best in what I do. So that's why I keep doing research. Now I give myself, this is my secret. I give myself 3 hours every day or 4 hours every day to be online, to practice, and to get results. So once you are able to give yourself anything you do, even though it's not DJing, any profession you find yourself in, if you always give your time, yourself that 3 hours to do research, to see what other great DJs are doing that you are not doing, to see how you can improve from where you are to another level, believe me, it will work for you. It will work. Most people don't have time for that. They don't have that time to do research. They don't have that time to improve, to do practice and improve in what they do or what they know how to do. Whatever you do, give yourself time to learn more. And so doing.
I'm getting so many comments here.
Yeah.
So many are saying that his way is because he's very humble. He loves music. He's very committed. He's hardworking. I'm reading a few comments here. A lot of people are saying that you are very humble. You are very committed. You love your music. Oh, wow. These are good comments coming from other people.
Yeah.
So from other, like, tell me, I know you've performed in a lot of countries. Tell me, which country would you love to perform every now and again?
Come again?
I know you've performed in a lot of countries. The country that you've performed in, can you tell me the top 3 that you say these are the best? I would really love to continue performing there, if you have any.
Well, I did the concerts with, I've done concerts with so many international artists. I've done with R. Kelly. You know, I've done with R. Kelly. I've done a concert with Kevin Little. I've done a concert with Nas. I've done a concert with Nelly. You know, I've done all the big artists in Nigeria, like 90% of all the big artists in Nigeria, from Nigeria. I've been on stage with all of them. You understand? So my best performance will still be with that of R. Kelly.
Oh wow! Tell me about it.
Yeah.
What happened? What makes you feel it was the best?
That made me feel I'm the best. First of all, I am, like I said to you, I am not the best. You know, I mean the concept.
Your performance.
Yeah. Or which of them is the best, right?
With our yes.
I can't remember. I can't say this is the best anyway. But I remember I did a concert with Tic Tac and Rachinois in what was it called? In Sierra Leone. And it was a great show. That was so many years ago. And that was with United Nations. The United Nations took us around African countries for the Stop Child Hunger event, you know. So I think that of Sierra Leone, we shut down the whole stadium, Freetown Stadium, we shut it down. So it was great. It was great.
So, you know, as I read a lot about music, there's a line that I saw which says, talk about a good moment, speak of a good DJ. All right. So my question is, do you ever get a moment to yourself where you say, I want to rest, I'm going to relax? Because it seems like people are always looking out for you as DJs. How do you handle that?
Yeah. Come back again. Sorry?
I'm
My
saying
speaker is a
for
bit
any
far.
other person to enjoy, okay? They
Yeah.
say a great moment is always a result of a great DJ.
DJ, yeah.
So my question is, you as DJs, do you ever get a moment to yourselves? Do you ever get to rest? Do you ever get to relax? Or you're always there pleasing people?
You see, okay, now I understand the question very well. Sometimes I want to feel, I want to have that feeling of going to where a great DJ is playing and listening to what he's playing or what he is doing. You understand what I'm saying? I always want to do that. I am not that type that goes to every club, but when I go to your club, I'm sure I'm going there to listen to good music. So it has to be with the young, good DJ. I go to most of the clubs where the younger, good DJs, where they perform or where they do their thing, because I go there to learn as well. I learn from everybody, so I don't always see myself as the best. I learn from everybody. I learn from the younger generation most especially. And when I go back home, I put it into practice. I add my own experience to it. So most times we don't normally have that time because every week I'm working. Fridays, Sundays, I'm working. Most times during the week, I'm working as well. You understand what I'm saying? So I rarely have that time. But whenever I want to have that time, I go to the fullest. So if I go to clubs to have a good time, I go there to also learn. I go there to learn. That's just it. Yesterday, yesterday, there are some few good DJs that were DJing at my event. I invited DJ Neptune, the great DJ Neptune. He was my guest yesterday. Yeah, I invited him to my event, to my club event. And I remember at some time we were talking about, man, look at what these young boys are doing. And believe me, these boys are really, really young. These guys are about 19, 18, 19, 20 years old. And they are really doing good. But then sometimes they will mess up and we're like, oh, they can't get it right. So they can't get it right. You understand? But we can always learn. They can do some things that we're like, ooh, this is great.
Yeah. So tell me something. I want to ask you this question. Maybe you can give me a good background or something to say about history of African music. What can you say about it? Let's talk about the history of African music.
The history of African music. Now, African music is so rich. African music is so big. In their ways, you understand? You can't compare African music to that of the Western music. First of all, if you look at our instruments, the voice, the depth, the message, you will know that African music is rich. The Western music, they all sound the same, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
So African music, yes, as far as I'm concerned. If it's pop music, look at pop music. Pop music has been played everywhere. So I really, if it's not rock, it's house. Am I communicating? If it's not rock music, it's house music. It's country music. These are what you will hear from the Western world. So now, the rap music is, to me, rap music is still an African type of music. Because who are the people that are pioneering the rap music? The Black Americans. Hip hop.
Okay.
It's been brought, it's the Black Americans. They are the ones that brought out the hip hop music. You understand? To me, I still see them as African, right? Because they're black and they are from the African origin. But let's leave the hip hop. If we're talking about black music today, it's Afrobeat music. And Afrobeat music came out from Nigeria. The true legend of Afrobeat is Fela Anikulapo. May he so rest in peace. He was the guy that actually brought out the Afro music. So everything we are all doing, everything everybody is doing, there is still that origin of, Fela storage. Afrobeat music, it's from Fela, it's from Nigeria, it's from Lagos. Now, in the 90s, or in the late 90s and early 2000, late 90s and early 2000, what we danced to in Nigeria, it's hip-hop music, R&B music, soul music. That is what we danced to in Nigeria when I was growing as a DJ. You go to any club, you won't even hear one Nigerian music. It's not as if there was no Nigerian music then. Oh, sorry. It's not as if there was no Nigerian music then. There was Nigerian music. But the DJs don't play it in the clubs. Why? Because we don't have the equipment to mix in Nigerian music. There was nothing like CD mixer then. There was nothing like Serato. There was nothing like, CD players and mixed music and used to blend in music. So what the DJs do is to play vinyl. Vinyl record?
Yes, I know the vinyl. Yes.
That is what that's what all the great DJs use in Nigeria.
Okay.
Most Nigerian music, when I was growing up, most Nigerian music are on cassettes. The cassettes. Yeah, Maxwell, most Nigerian music are on cassette. Nigerian artists, when they release their song, they release it on cassette. But that does not mean we've not done vinyl before. Like the older generations, like the Sonia days, Alex, I don't think you guys will know the name I'm mentioning. They did songs on record, EMI records then, Tabansi records, all the old records then. Yeah, they did music on record, but the DJs weren't putting it in the mix. And when we grew up in the 90s, late 90s and 2000, those songs are already old songs. And then there was a record company in Nigeria that prints record in the 80s. But those records labels, the full, they all left Nigeria, folded up. So when we were growing in the 2000s, in the late 90s, everybody was focusing on the American music. We were focusing on hip hop, R&B, in the early 2000s, late 1990 to 2000. Because I started DJing 1995. I did my first DJ championship in 95. Yeah, 95, that was when I started DJing. And that was also the year I did my first DJ championship. You understand? So all those periods, Nigerian music, Afro music were like on hold because music was not coming from vinyl. And there was no CD player there was no CD mixer in Nigeria. So what we all dance to is hip hop, R&B, dance song, because they all come with vinyl. And by the time the Oyibos, the white people, or the world now got developed by bringing out CD player machines that you can adjust the pitch, you can make the pitch faster or slower, A machine came out called the CD player or CD mixer. We call it the CD mixer. When that machine came out, we now started infusing Nigerian music to our collection. That was how Nigerian music became so big. Because now we can mix Nigerian music. We can put Nigerian music in the mix. And that was how Afrobeat picked up. The revolution, that was where it all started from. That's why you see Nigerian artists became so big. And again, Nigerian population is so huge that we have DJs in every corner. DJs started traveling out of Nigeria, started exporting Nigerian music. DJs will get to a country, become a DJ, play for the Nigerians in that community or in that area. And Nigerians are big. Nigerians are everywhere. I hope you know that, brother.
I do.
That is why you see, yeah.
There's no way you go, you can't find a Nigerian.
So Nigerians are everywhere. That was why you see Nigerian music became so great, so big. That's why you see we are dominating the Nigerian music scene. Because when you see 30 to 20 Nigerians dancing to a song, you from another place, you would love that song because you heard them dancing to it yesterday. The next day you heard they're also dancing to that same song. And you know, so you will fall in love with the music. That's why you see Nigerian music is big. DJs are everywhere, Nigerian DJs are everywhere. Then of course the DSTV, because yes, Nigeria has the highest crowd, has the highest subscribers. They give us that preference by making sure Nigerian music is being played or Nigerian content is being played. So you have no choice than to do what? Than to embrace the Nigerian culture. That is why Afrobeat is big and huge.
Oh wow!
What happened is because of our culture. It's not as if there is no good music in other lesser countries. You understand? There are great music from Tanzania, great music from Zimbabwe, great music from from every other country, Ethiopia and everywhere. But the reason why Nigerian music is big is because of our population. Because we are everywhere.
So still on that, can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly, loud and clear.
All right. From Zimbabwe, do you know any artists? Let me start by that question. Do you know any artists from Zimbabwe?
Oh, come on. I know Japrezia. I know Takura. I know Takura. I know Buffalo Soldier, my brother. I know, come on. Come on. You know, for me, I see myself as a Zimbabwean, man. So I'm used to you guys' stuff. Since I came to Zimbabwe 2 years ago, I've always been following your trend and everything.
So looking at the Zimbabwean music, what are your comments on it? What do you have to say about Zimbabwean music?
About Zimbabwean music. Zimbabwean music is rich. It's rich. It's great. You understand what I'm saying? But one thing about, if you want to start sounding like the Nigerians, then you will lose that taste. If you want to start sounding like Nigeria, you want to start doing your music so that people of Nigeria will enjoy, you will lose it.
In other words, you're saying that as Zimbabweans, we're supposed to follow who we are, what we do, not try to copy.
Just follow who you are, follow what you do, and we will be the one to start looking for you guys. Because I'm not going to lie to you, our music, it's kind of tiring to us. We can't be listening to the same thing all the time. If you come to clubs in Nigeria today, you know the greatest music that you will hear as of today, as I'm talking to you, the biggest music in Nigeria is the Amapiano. So everybody is the Nigerian artists are trying to have that Amapiano feel. Now, where did Amapiano come out from? Amapiano came from South Africa. I hope you know that.
Yes, I do. Oh, wow.
From South Africa. So if you look at it, we are tired of the Afrobeat that we created. We're kind of tired of the song. Yes, we created Afrobeat, but we're kind of tired. We're trying to dance to South Africa. We're trying to feel like South Africa. That is it, because South Africa did what? They stayed true to their type of music. White to Afrikaans music, the Amapiano. They stayed glued to their music. They didn't want to change for nobody. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that is why you see everybody, that's why you see everybody wants to dance like them. They want to sound like them. Check out their dance step, their music step, their dance step. Nigerian music, every girls now, they do the Amapiano kind of, they do the white toe type of dance. Why? They stay true to what they know how to do best or what they know best. Yes, they
Okay.
like African music.
So tell me, DJ Humility, looking back, look, you're called Benedict. How did DJ Humility come about? Benedict Humility.
Benedict is my name. That's my Christian name. That's been given to me by my father and my mother. If I mentioned, I don't if I call the what's it called, the the native name, I think it will bite your mouth. So let me leave the native name aside. But DJ Humility, the name Humility, I got it from my late cousin.
Okay.
My late cousin, you know.
Oh, amazing.
Actually,
so
come again?
I'm saying, may they rest in peace.
Yeah, may his soul rest in peace. But I got the name DJ Humility from him. He's actually known in my village as the Able Humility. The Able Humility, that's what they call him in the village. And he was the one that actually made me to go into music. That taught me music, that start singing, you know. Because I started from being a rapper, I started from being an artist, you know.
Okay.
Before I now said to myself, no, I think the DJing is my calling. Let me face the DJing. So that's just it. Before I now started DJing.
Well, I still want to learn now. You're gonna teach me. Oh, I want to learn how to pronounce your surname. It's Benedict Afagwu. How do you say it?
Benedict Afagwu. Afagwu means Afagwu is my surname. It means how will I put it? That you can never go out of names. Afagwu, you can't go out of names. There must be a name for everything. There must be a name. You know, have you seen someone they give birth to and they say, "Oh, I don't have a name to give that child"? There must be a name. So the name doesn't finish. That's what Afagwu means. Yeah.
So throughout your career,
from Delta State.
So throughout your career, DJ Humility, have you ever worked for any recording station or maybe a radio station?
I worked with the radio in Nigeria for 17 years before I resigned. I think my fame came from me being a radio DJ. I worked in one of the biggest radio stations in Lagos called Rhythm 93.7 FM. Rhythm FM or Silver Bay Television. I have a TV show and I also have a radio show. So for 17 good years, I was on the radio. And I got tired because, man, it's so tiring. I'm not going to lie to you. But it's a very beautiful job. It's, you know, a beautiful thing, it's a beautiful job.
So, Afagwu, DJ Humility, do you have any family? Is he married? Does he have any children? Or is him and this disc jockey? I mean,
I'm married with 4 children, 4 kids, 4 beautiful kids. Yes, 3 boys and a girl, you know. And this is my 12th year in the marriage. And it's a beautiful thing, you know. But again, marriage has its own space. The business has its own space. We have our own space. You understand? So you just have to give that love to the marriage, yourself. You understand? The business. You have to create time for them, for everybody. Make sure everything is balanced. Then you'll be able to move on as a good young man.
Wow. Interesting. I'm really liking this. So tell me something. I was reading about something, and DJ Humility apparently has got a recording company or a recording label. Can you tell me about it?
I still own a record label called H Records. I've been able to sign on some young cats, you know, that have done well, and most of them are out of Nigeria now. That's one thing about Nigeria. Once you're able to make small cash, you want to run away, or you want to go to other country and move on. You understand? Yes, we are hustlers in Nigeria, but at the same time, our government are not doing anything to hold down the youth, you know. So most youths, they just want to make that money and leave the country. That is just it. But I've been able to discover so many talents here in Nigeria, and they are doing good.
Yeah, I've been reading about it. I see you signed up quite a number of groups. Somebody in the comment section, can you hear me?
Yeah.
So somebody in the comment section is asking me, like, what is DJ Humility's favorite Zimbabwean song?
Why did DJ Humility did well?
What is DJ Humility's favorite song from Zimbabwe?
Wow, my favorite song from Zimbabwe. I may not know the songs by name, but like I said to you, go open the Instagram. Like I said to you, all Japreza song, I love them. All Buffalo Soldier song, I love them. All what's the name of this guy? Oh my God, I'm trying to remember this guy. I think he should be like the second artist after Japreza. Remind me.
I can't remind you because I don't.
No, that's this artist. Come on now. Oh my God, remind me of this. He's huge. I was with him in Zimbabwe the last time I came. Remind me of that name. Not Takura.
Okay. Nati O?
Who?
There was Winky D, there was Nati O, there was XQ, there was
Not Takura.
Not Nati O.
Not Nati O.
Winky D.
Oh, the line is breaking. Can you hear me?
Yes, Winky D.
Yes, Winky D. Winky D. Winky D, yeah. Big shout out to Winky D, man. That guy is a great guy. He's a great guy. You know. Yes, I listen. One thing about the Zimbabwe artists, they are very receptive. You understand? Very, very receptive. Their hands are open. Their hearts are open. And that is one thing I love about them. Most especially Buffalo Soldier. I've been working with Buffalo Soldier for a very long time. We both traveled to Malaysia for a concert, like almost twice. We've done Malaysia concert almost twice. Done some concerts with them in South Africa, with him in South Africa as well. He's a great guy, a lovely guy. So I have that feeling that I think Zimbabwe is me. Like I am part of Zimbabwe. If they can ask me to choose another nationality here in Africa, I think Zimbabwe should be my number one, apart from my country, Nigeria.
Oh, that is a great one. So do you have any song from Buffalo Soldier that you love?
From who?
From Buffalo Soldier.
It's the network. I think it's a network.
So I'm going to wrap it up before it messes up everything for us. So I was saying that, is there any song from Buffalo Soldier that you remember or that you know?
There is none that I know right now, or there's none I can remember right now, except I come back again and start listening to you guys' song. Yeah. But like I said, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, now I can hear you. It was breaking up.
Yeah, it's a network, man. It's an African thing. So my coming back in January, February to Zimbabwe, I think I would like to do some kind of collaborations with all your great artists, and of course DJs as well. I can also do collaboration with your DJs as well. So by February, by God's grace, we're coming back with Burna Boy. And I would like to say, Zimbabwe, get ready for Burna Boy. February, we are coming back to Zimbabwe. I pray the corona stuff must have fizzled out, you know, and we can go back to our normal life. And yeah, then we go back to our normal life. But trust me, I'm coming with Burna Boy, and it's going to be great.
All right. Thank you very much, DJ Humility, for your time. That was the best ever chat. I know with you, it's always a great moment. It's either you are mocking me, you are making fun of me, or you're teaching me something that is right, that is good. Thank you very much for joining me on this live station. I'm hoping to do more with you, okay?
Thank you very much. You're welcome. And I'm always ready to be with you guys.
All right, so now, before you go, just to punish you a little bit, I need you to say this after me.
Okay.
Nenyasha ndiri kuya ku Zimbabwe.
You said what?
Nenyasha ndiri kuya ku Zimbabwe.
Nenyasha ndiri kuya ku Zimbabwe. What does that mean?
Well done.
I hope I'm not insulting myself.
No, you're not. What I want to literally say is that by His grace, I'm coming back to Zimbabwe.
Yes, definitely. Definitely, I'm coming back.
All right.
I'm coming back to Zimbabwe.
No, thank you very much.
I'd like to see the best of Zimbabwe. Yeah. Thank you very much.
All right.
Huh? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much to all the viewers, to all the guys who joined in to be watching this live with DJ Humility. Make sure you join me next week on Friday, 2 p.m. on the dot. I'll be bringing you a surprise. And before I leave, I'm just going to play you one of Buffalo Soldier's tracks, who has been said to be one of DJ Humility's favorite people.
Yeah. Wait. Yo, wait. Hold on. Are you there? Are you there?
I'm here.
Nacha.
Yes, I'm here.
Nacha.
Yes, I'm here.
I want you to play me. I want you to play me. Everybody put the samba. The samba. You don't know the samba. It's by Buffalo Soldier. That's my best.
What is the name of the song again?
Ezandla. The name of the song is Ezandla.
All right, let me look it up.
It's
I'm
an
trying
old
to
song.
look it up.
Yeah. It's an old song by Buffalo Soldier. I happen to be in South Africa. I happened to be in South Africa when they were shooting the video. Everybody put is under is the Sandla, everybody put is under his Zanda, his Zanda, hey, Zanda, hey. I love that joint, man. Yo, I make sure people know that song in Nigeria.
All right, I'm just looking at my playlist.
By Buffalo Soldier. It's not your playlist, right? Okay, play me anything. Give me anything from him, don't worry. You go check out for that song. It's called Ezandla by Buffalo Soldier. Featuring some boys from South Africa.
Definitely, I'll do that. The one that I just got is a collabo with an artist called Freeman.
Okay. Okay, go ahead. I'm listening, man. I'll go check that out.
I can see a lot of people are now joining me and
you're about to go. That is what I noticed as well, man. That is what I just noticed as well. People are just coming when the show is almost over. Or when the show is over.
Yes. Yes. Right.
Yeah.
Very much, right? I'm humbled.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Nasha. Thank you very much. I'm so glad.
I'm already into the weekend.
Come again?
I said goodbye. I'm already into the weekend.
I'll see you. Let's enjoy life to the fullest this weekend.
All right.
Peace out, bro. Bye. Bye.